Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you 5 sewing books that I think are great for beginners and intermediate sewers. These books are full of tips, techniques, patterns, and inspiration for your sewing projects. So let's get started. The first book I want to show you is The Sewing Book, Over 300 Step-by-Step Techniques by Alison Smith. This book is a comprehensive guide covering everything you need to know about sewing, from fabric selection to cutting, construction, and finishing. It has over 300 techniques that are explained in detail with diagrams and photos. It also has 10 projects that you can make using the techniques, such as a tote bag, a dress, a jacket, and more. In this video, I will show you some of the book's highlights and why I think it's a great resource for beginners and advanced sewers alike. The book is organized into sections that cover different types of sewing, such as dressmaking, tailoring, quilting, and home decor. Each section has an introduction that explains the basics of that type of sewing, such as how to choose fabrics, how to use patterns, how to measure and fit, and how to press and finish. Then, each section has a series of techniques that are arranged in order of difficulty, from easy to advanced. For example, in the dressmaking section, you'll find techniques such as how to sew darts, pleats, gathers, waistbands, zippers, buttons, collars, sleeves, pockets, and more. One of the things I love about this book is that it's very easy to follow and understand. The instructions are concise and clear, the diagrams are accurate and helpful, and the photos are high quality and close up. The book also uses color-coded symbols to indicate the level of difficulty and the type of fabric for each technique. This makes it easy to find the right technique for your project and your skill level. So these are some of the highlights of The Sewing Book by Alison Smith. It's a great resource for anyone who wants to learn how to sew or improve their sewing skills. The second book is First Time Sewing, The Absolute Beginner's Guide by editors of Creative Publishing International. This book will teach you everything from how to use your sewing machine, to how to make simple projects, to how to do basic techniques and skills. In this video, I'm going to show you what's inside the book and why I think it's a great resource for beginners. The book has 4 main parts. The first part is called Getting Started, and it covers topics such as sewing tools and accessories, patterns, threading, stitching, hand sewing, maintenance, and troubleshooting. It also has tips and tricks throughout to help you avoid common mistakes and improve your skills. The second part is called Basic Techniques, and it covers topics such as seams, hems, facings, casings, closures, buttons, buttonholes, zippers, and more. It also has step-by-step instructions with diagrams and photos for each technique. The third part is called Beyond the Basics, and it covers topics such as darts, pleats, gathers, waistbands, collars, sleeves, pockets, linings, and more. It also has step-by-step instructions with diagrams and photos for each technique. The fourth part is called Projects, and it has 8 easy projects that you can make with your new skills, such as a pillowcase, an apron, a skirt, and more. It also has a list of materials and tools needed, a cutting layout, a sewing order, and step-by-step instructions with diagrams and photos for each project. Another thing I love about this book is that it's very comprehensive and covers all the essential skills and techniques for sewing. It's like having a personal instructor at your side. You can learn how to sew stitches both by hand and with a machine. You can also learn how to use patterns, how to measure and fit, how to press and finish, and how to do repairs and alterations. So it's a great book for anyone who wants to learn how to sew or refresh their sewing skills. The third book is Pattern Cutting and Making Up, The Professional Approach by Martin M. Shobin and Janet P. Ward. The book covers both the theory and practice of pattern cutting and making up, which are the 2 main stages of garment production. Pattern cutting is the process of creating a flat paper template that represents the shape and size of each piece of fabric that will be used to make a garment. Making up is the process of assembling the fabric pieces together using various sewing techniques. The book is divided into 12 chapters, each focusing on a different aspect of pattern cutting and making up, such as measurement taking, darts, sleeves, collars, skirts, trousers, drapes, and more. The book also includes over 200 illustrations and diagrams that show step-by-step instructions for various procedures and methods. The book is suitable for students at every level, from beginners to advanced learners, as well as for professionals who want to improve their skills and knowledge. The book is also compatible with CGLI, BTEC, and degree courses in fashion design and technology. If you are interested in learning more about pattern cutting and making up the professional approach, this book is a must-have for your library. It will teach you everything you need to know to create outerwear garments that are tailored, stylish, and durable. The fourth book is Metric Pattern Cutting for Women's Wear by Winifred Aldrich. The book is divided into 5 parts. The first part covers form cutting, which is cutting to create shape for the female figure using darts or seams. This part includes chapters on skirt blocks and adaptations, trouser blocks and adaptations, basic body blocks with bust darts, complex adaptations of the bodice blocks for dresses, lingerie, jackets, and coats. The second part covers basic pattern cutting processes, such as sleeve adaptations, constructing openings, and collars. These are essential skills that every pattern cutter should master. The third part covers flat cutting, which is cutting flat shapes for easy-fitting casual and jersey garments without darts or seams. This part includes chapters on easy-fitting garments and woven fabrics, basic and easy-fitting garments and jersey, and knitted fabrics, close-fitting garments and stretch and jersey fabrics. The fourth part covers size and fit, which are very important aspects of pattern cutting. This part includes chapters on basic grading techniques, which are methods of increasing or decreasing the size of a pattern without changing its shape or proportions, and drafting blocks and fitting for individual figures, which are ways of creating custom-made patterns that suit the specific measurements and preferences of a client. The fifth part covers computer-aided design and pattern making, which are becoming more popular and widely used in the fashion industry. This part includes a chapter on computer-generated design and pattern making, which explains how to use software programs to create digital patterns that can be printed or cut by machines. The fifth or last book is Sewing for Fashion Designers by Annette Fisher. This book is a comprehensive guide to all the essential sewing methods and techniques that you need to know to create professional and beautiful garments. It covers everything from sewing tools and machinery, to fabrics and patterns, to seams and details, to fabric-specific techniques. The book is divided into 5 chapters, each focusing on a different aspect of sewing for fashion design. The first chapter introduces you to the sewing tools and machinery that you will need, including industrial machines. It also shows you how to work with patterns, how to cut out your fabric pieces, and how to mark and transfer your notches and darts. The second chapter is devoted to different fabrics and how they work in relation to the construction of a garment. It covers topics such as fastenings, trimmings, interfacing, lining, boning, corsets, and more. It also gives you tips on how to choose the right fabrics for your designs and how to handle them properly. The third chapter covers hand sewing techniques and basic seams that are essential for any fashion designer. It shows you how to do various stitches, such as basting, slip stitching, blind stitching, overcasting, and more. It also shows you how to sew different types of seams, such as plain seams, French seams, flat felled seams, lapped seams, and more. The fourth chapter covers how to make garment details and decorations that will add style and interest to your designs. It shows you how to make pockets, waistlines, necklines, collars, cuffs, sleeves, plackets, buttonholes, buttons, zippers, hooks and eyes, snaps, and more. It also shows you how to add embellishments such as embroidery, beading, applique, lace, ribbons, fringe, and more. The fifth chapter covers fabric-specific techniques that will help you work with different types of fabrics and achieve different effects. It shows you how to sew with fabrics such as lace, leather, fur, knitwear, denim, neoprene, chiffon, organza, tulle, velvet, sequins, and more. It also shows you how to use techniques such as pleating, gathering, ruching, shirring, smocking, quilting, draping, bias cutting, and more. Each technique in the book is explained in detail with clear step-by-step instructions and full-color photos. The book also includes diagrams and tips to help you along the way. The book also features examples of how these techniques are used by fashion designers in their collections. What I love about this book is that it teaches you how to sew for fashion design in a practical and professional way. You don't need a lot of fancy equipment or skills to follow this book. You just need some basic sewing knowledge and some creativity. You can use this book as a reference or as a guide for your own projects. So those are the 5 sewing books that I recommend for beginners and intermediate sewers. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more sewing videos. Let me know in the comments which book you're most interested in or if you have any other sewing books that you love. Thanks for watching and happy sewing!